Life is too short to not do things that you enjoy. I think when you do something that you love, you make the world a better place. Somehow, something good must come from it.
That's right, I was at this year's auto assembly, the final auto assembly. And what a weekend it was. It was filled to the brim with, among other things, great guests, over 1,000 attendees, and of course, Plastic Crack. I may do a separate video on my overall thoughts of the convention, but in short, I had a great time. For now, we're going to look at the 9 figures I bought at AA. Not back to back necessarily, but you'll see them. First up is Generations Dirge. This will be a relatively quick review as I've done this mold several times before, and I can't help but feel this won't be the last. The first Classics First Dirge was a BotCon exclusive, though that was just a straight repaint of Ramjet, whereas this is recolored from the later Henkei or Gentei release. Deco-wise, BotCon Dirge leans more towards the original toy, whereas the Gentei version opts for show accuracy, save for those busy-looking stripes. Generations Dirge is, in some ways, an amalgamation of the two, and in others it's trying to do its own thing. Which looks best? Well, I prefer some of the colour choices here over the Japanese release, like black over grey, but compared to BotCon Dirge, it's a tough call since they're both pretty similar. I guess at the end of the day, it looks good, and it looks right. Of course, unlike BotCon Dirge, the wings have been retooled to match its G1 design, right down to the lack of actual vertical stabilizers. I can't say if this design appeals to everyone, but it fits. In robot mode, the wings are mounted on his legs, though unlike Ramjet, you can't fold them back. It looks silly, but they don't interfere with anything or throw him off balance, so there's that. Also, I said this in my review of Thrust, the articulation is where this mod admittedly shows its age. He's mostly made up of hinges, with only a few swivels and even less ball joints. However, with virtually no kibble on his back, his arms have much more freedom, even with the weapons attached. He can actually shoot straight. And yes, he comes with null rays instead of the cluster bomb cannons. Oh, and I seem to have one of the earlier copies of this figure, which sport incomplete Decepticon logos on the wings and chest. If you're after all of Hasbro's deluxe Seekers, or at least the main 6, the only reason not to get this is if you already own BotCon Dirge. Otherwise, this version, with its accurate wing design and actual availability online, is the one to go for.